butterflies. What's up, my little sugar woogers? Come on in. Let's talk about it. We might have some socialites in here also. Okay. So this evening, I've been working all day long since the last time I saw y'all earlier this morning on my speech. Okay. And it occurred to me that just maybe in this chaotic world we live in, there might be some people over here at Chatting with Ms.V or on other platforms for that matter who may be wanting to switch job careers or perhaps stuck in a rut and maybe your job is getting ready to lay you off and you might need to just kind of step up your game to get the next job. Well, I'm here to tell you what you need to do tonight. Having to do a lot of research on different topics lately of what I'm going to be speaking about. Let me speak about this one to you tonight. So many people have come out here and I've heard them say, oh, they need to go get a job. That's easier said than done. First of all, do we know the qualifications of the person who's looking for the job? That's the first thing. If you do not know how to write a resume in this day and time, that's your first mistake right there. If you're writing a resume like you wrote it in the past, it's not going to wash. It is just like every other resume out there. What is so bold about it that stands out? What did you do? What did you add to it to make you stand out? That's your first impression right there. When a person picks up your resume and they read it and they see what your name is, they may know your date of birth, maybe, where you reside. That ain't got nothing to do with the job. Okay, so how are you going to bring them into being intrigued with your resume is what I'm asking you. So for those of you who don't really know the new game of writing a resume that will stand out to the public, stay tuned. Get involved. Let's talk about it. Okay? You want to write a resume that sells itself. That's the first thing you want to do. When you write a resume, it should tell a person everything they need to know about you when it comes to hiring you. Your personal business does not have to be included in that. They don't need to know all of that. Only the business that will show them that you will be a good role model for the job they are hiring you for. That's it. That's all. It does not have to be vague. In a sense, it can be, but it needs to be specific to the job that you are in a position for. Okay? So it's all in wording also. You could say something like, I was the winner of the most valuable student award. What does that mean? That's very vague. Come up with another solution to the problem like, I was the most valuable student, so I accepted the award or something like that. You've got to make it stand out. In other words, it's got to be bold. Anytime you can make it bold to show emphasis, like in the Bible, it's in red. When God is speaking, he is emphasizing that in red. Your resume has to stand out without being in red, but bold. Wherever you can use bold. Caps, wherever you can use caps to show that part of what you're trying to let them see, that you stand away from the rest out here. You have more to offer. It doesn't matter what age you are. They're not concerned about your age. People out here are concerned about age. In the real world, it's what do you have to offer that company? What do you have to bring to the table that's going to make this a better company for all? For all to get raises and for it to stay in business for a long time. That's what a company is looking for. So make up you a resume with things that can really identify you, your values and your quality, your ethical commitment, your continuous personal success and growth or improvement. Be conscientious of personal improvement, or take that into action on your resume. You may be a little shortcoming in it, but you are steady improving on it. So they are aware, okay? Your skills, creative problem solving. Can you create a solution to the problem? In all workforces, there are problems. Can you be that person that can create a solution to the problem? All you can do is try. If a person turns a deaf ear to it, or if they have poor understanding and they don't quite get it, there's nothing you can do about it. You just got to let them go. They're just on a little shorter bus than you, and they'll be all right too. They just won't land the job that they set out to land because communication problems, lack of communication, big key word, communication. Your skills should stand out above the rest in the job that you are applying for. You should have something on that resume that sets you apart from everybody. I don't care if it's 1,000 people that are applying for the job. Something should set you apart from them. Rigorous reasoning, communication and negotiation, functional knowledge and expertise, general management, global understanding. We're dealing with the world now. You got to understand, you're just not dealing with the United States. In a lot of job situations, you are dealing with people out of the country. Can you communicate? Can you make them understand? Y'all are speaking two different languages. It's an English barrier there. It's lacking, okay? So first you got to find out what is the problem that you're trying to solve with the company. You need to know something about the company that you are with or you're applying for. So who goes out there and just apply because they said you're going to make 6 digits? You better look and see what the company is doing. You may not have no business even putting a resume in there. You don't qualify for it, so don't be hurt when you don't get the job. It's just that simple. Hey, Sting, what's up, Miss Joy? Hey, yes, Granny. There's my niece, Carlita. Hey, babe, how you doing? I got my earrings on, sugar. They so cute. I'm getting lots of compliments on them. Yes. Hey, Nawata, how are you? And Dave, okay, D-A-V, and Pierre. What's going on, y'all? So I don't know if any of y'all are in the business of applying for jobs or changing job careers, because people don't stay in the same jobs like they used to. People used to stay in jobs forever and ever and never leave the job. In today's world, they may stay there 2 or 3 years and get a little bit of knowledge of the job and what it takes to move on to the next job to get more pay. I don't see nothing wrong with that, in a sense. For as long as that job is allowing you to pay into a retirement plan and you can roll it over like to a fidelity fund or some kind of fund when you leave, you have to be aware of the benefits on these jobs also. Some jobs come with big salaries with no benefits. In the end, you're going to end up losing money because the benefits are going to cost you so much on the open market when you're not working for a company. That is going to be the big issue also as to whether you go into entrepreneurship or whether you go to work for somebody. Everybody can't start off with a business right away because it takes money to run and operate a business. Can you make a loan even? There are government programs out there, but can you wait until your name is called? It's a lot for a person moving from one career to another to think about. Perhaps it's not even in your own town. You may have to do a relocation. Are they going to give you a package to relocate? What's up, Princess? I see the little pill. So, in all of the transition, all I can tell you is this. Your resume has to stand out these days. And I'm giving you some things that you can add to your resume. Take all that old stuff out of that. It ain't telling them nothing. Okay, so far you can put your values and your personalities, your qualities, your skill level, your knowledge of what you can do. Okay? And always remember, when you applying for a job, I don't care if you young, old, or in between, what can you bring to the company that's going to benefit the company is what that employer is looking for from the employee. Okay? Always. It's the company that's hiring you. What are you doing? How are you helping? That's the thing. So, show, don't tell. And I'm going to get into that a little bit deeper into the conversation. Okay? You may have sales skills from a job from high school or perhaps in college while you were there. Put it on your resume. If it's a job that has anything to do with selling, put it on there. Okay? And most companies sell some product. Okay? Even if it's just knowledge. That's a product that they are selling. All right? Your interpersonal teamwork skills. Everybody on a job these days work on a team. Very rarely do you have a solo project by yourself because it would take too long. If you got 4 or 5 people working on one team or more, each person can be divvied up an assignment. And you bring it all together into one body and present it. You got it there faster. You had more than one person thinking about it. You had it proofread by others who could see that the body told everything it needed to tell about it. In closure, you reiterated, you recaptured some of the things from the body that they needed to remember, and you walk with it like that. We do not interview like we used to. We used to go in live and interview in person. A lot of jobs are working from home now. They're working from one state to another because they may have a business in more than one state and maybe they're hiring for the area you live in. So you're going to have a Zoom interview and you got to be ready. It's not just you on there. You may be competing against a lot of other people from around the world on this interview. You got to be cool, calm, collective, laid back, listening and thinking about the questions that they're asking you. What they're trying to find out in the long run is how do you fit in that program? Are you a team player? Do you have any computer skills that you can bring to the table without us teaching you? What are your values? What qualities do you have? What skill sets do you have? What ambition, what drive, what commitment to your continuous personal growth or improvement are you going to put down there? You progress from what to what? You self-studied Chinese and you are ready to communicate on your 2nd year level of speaking Chinese. Okay? I live here in Texas, so I should know if I was looking for a bilingual job or a job that could pay me more money, then I should go learn Spanish instead of what's on the menu. Because I could read the menu in Spanish. Whatever they got down there, it don't matter what it is. I can figure it out, whether it's beef or pork or chicken, and I can read a menu. I can do that. But I got to go a little further when it comes down to the job market. Hey, Nawatha, Your networking skills. In the past, nobody networked. So you didn't put that on there. Put that on your resume now that you're organized. Okay? That you can speak publicly to a group of people. You can connect with them. Y'all can come together as a team and get the work done by such and such a date. That is what they're trying to get to. That is what they're trying to listen to. That's what they want to hear. Hey, Carla, your communication skills. How well do you communicate? All this and they're not looking for a lot of cussing. They're not looking for no slang words, none of that. How well can you communicate professionally? Okay? You're in the working world now. You're not out here on YouTube. You can't use the same language that you use out here. You're looking for a real job. This one don't interview you. You just, go sign up. Anybody can sign up. You can have a third grade education and be a YouTuber. There ain't no benefits to it, so it ain't no big deal. But now you in the working world, and you are really trying to up your pay. I'm gonna give a figure. You were working for $13 an hour, and you were having to work 12 hours to make what you could have been making if you were making $15 an hour. Okay? Just an example. So now you're trying to move up to that $18 or that $20 an hour scale. That means you got to have a little bit more on your resume, because ain't too many people looking for that job you had anyway at that price they were giving you. Okay? Let's see what you said. I saw somebody say something. Okay, she was asking about, hey, C, Huck, how you doing? Oh, you got some little, what is that, baby? Is that monkeys or baboons? I'm not sure. But welcome to Chatting with Ms.V, but be careful, okay? Be very careful. I'm not bothering you. We're talking about people that want to move up in the world. No, sir, you got to go. I don't know where my moderators are, but I'm not even worried about you, because you're not going anywhere to do anything. Thank you, Miss Audrey. What did monkeys have to do with anything? You see the mentality of people, he will never go anywhere and do anything. That'd been different if we were talking about the zoo animals, where we weren't. He can't even stay on topic, poor thing. But he'll be all right, because we're not talking to him. We're talking about people who are ready to climb the ladder, people who are ready for success, people who want to be entrepreneurs. Every college is not for everybody. Know that, okay? Don't waste your money going, because it's expensive these days to go to college. Do not waste your money going to college if it is not for you. You should have thought about some kind of trade skill that you were good at. I don't care if it was beautician. I don't care if it was barber, photographer. There are a whole lot of jobs out there, janitorial services, lawn services, that make plenty money. Trash collectors. Somebody got to do it. Okay? They don't have robots driving the truck yet, and they don't have them picking up the garbage yet. So somebody's got to do it. It's a job. It's a living. You're not doing anything to anybody. You picking up the trash. But you still, if it's your own business, you're going to have trash trucks. The big ones that compress it together, where you can pick up the whole neighborhood before you go to dump. You got to think about all these things that you need to be an entrepreneur. How much is the building gonna cost? Is the building out on a front street where you can be seen? You just getting started up. You cannot afford to be on the back side of nothing. You got to be on Front Street where Main Street crosses. You get what I'm saying? And you got to have a service that somebody wants. Everybody wants food, but it better be good. Your place better be clean. Your bathrooms better be very, very clean. Toilet paper in there on the roll, not sitting on the floor. No water on the floor. I don't know if it's water or if it's, urine. I don't know. So I'm not too apt to want to go step off in there. And if I go in there once and it's dirty, I'm not likely to come back again. Mm-mm. Nope. So just know that by the time you are ready to leave college, either you're going to have parents that's going to afford you that opportunity to go into business, or you can make a loan yourself or with them co-signing. Me as a parent, I wouldn't co-sign for no student. I already put them through college. Ain't nobody co-sign for me, and I ain't co-signing for nobody. If you can't get it, ain't for you right now. That's all I'm gonna say. I cannot put my name out there for you and nobody else. I can put my name out there for me, and that's it. Okay? You'll get burned badly. Because in things that maybe it wasn't intentional, but things didn't work out on that job. Like y'all thought it was gonna work out, but your name is on the dotted line, and the people still gonna want their money. And if he ain't got it or she ain't got it, they're coming to you. No. Can't do it. All right. So back to your communication skills. You can put something as simple as I was a member of Delta Sigma Theta, aka sorority, whatever. Okay? That shows group participation. You in a sisterhood, you in a brotherhood. Okay, good. Maybe you introduce me as a speaker today. In your real world resume, you can put that on there. You've introduced the keynote speaker for today. Maybe you tutored for your first year. I don't know. Whatever you've done, you need to put it on there. There should be no guessing. I wonder if she did this. She would be a good candidate, but I don't see anywhere anything about her personality or her humanity traits whatsoever. That is what they're looking for now. Okay? Maybe it was as simple as you started an exercising program when you were in college and you had X amount of students to attend. That's showing entrepreneurship. You've traveled out the country, maybe to Canada and to Mexico, the bordering countries of the United States. That's telling them that you can travel alone by yourself if they have to send you off on a mission for whatever company you're working for. Okay? Are you comfortable with technology? Have you experienced Google Office Suite or Microsoft or Word, Excel, a PowerPoint? That sets you atop of the game. When somebody else is put down there typing 40 words a minute, there are people out here can peck on a cell phone faster than 40 words a minute now with 2 fingers. So that doesn't mean anything. Do you know any of the applications that they have on that job that you can actually walk in there on day one and work it? That's what they're looking for. I'm just telling you. Okay? So you won't be so disappointed after 4 years of working. Hey, Tasha T. And Miss Betty, and you've been in college 4 years and you get out there now and you cannot find a job in the area. First of all, did you stop for 1 minute and think about what you majored in? They have a lot of courses in there today that's left in there from days when I was there. They don't mean nothing. What are you going to do with political science? What are you going to do with biology pre-med if you don't go to school to be a doctor? You have a degree. What are you going to do with it? You can't nurse with it. You didn't take nursing. You took biology pre-med. That's telling the school you went to that you were planning to go on a little bit further. So you in liberal arts, what are you going to do with it? These are the kind of questions you need to be asking these high school students right now that's getting ready to go to college this summer. Some of them may be starting this spring. Maybe they graduated in January and they going to catch your spring semester. Don't waste your money. College can be very expensive. And you might just be in that predicament I was when you couldn't get no help because, the parents made a little bit too much money to get any kind of assistance other than what their child could get, a scholarship or maybe a grant. And your other choice would have been a loan or out your pocket. I was in that position, so I know. No help. The help was get up and go to work, okay? If you're going to ever get them off of your back, you got to go get it right now. And then they can move on further later. On your interview, whether in person or Zoom, make certain your appearance is excellent, hair intact, and your surroundings are clear and clean. Good point, Miss Audrey. That is very true. Be in a room that doesn't have a lot of distractions. I need a wall behind me, like a white wall, or a curtain behind me. No pictures and all of that in there. No distractions whatsoever. I want them to hear me. When we're in our interview, I want them to see me. I don't want them looking at the picture up on the wall, whether they like it or whether they don't like it, or the black leather sofa. That's not important. It's not going to land you a job. No. So you have to be for real now. And in making my presentation, it's been rough because I've just been writing down everything that I could think of. And going back to my college days, how confused I was sitting there with the first degree about to happen in soon as this speaker leaves off the stage. I don't know what that person talked about. I don't know if it was a man or a woman. The only thing I could remember it was boring. I got nothing out of it, and they stayed up there too long. That's all I can remember. So how did that help me any? It didn't tell me nothing I needed to do with my resume, with my interview, how to look, how to present yourself, how to sit back and just talk to the people professionally, but be honest and down to earth with them. Maybe you might have to do like I did the other day. This job is not for me. I appreciate you getting me to the third interview, having enough confidence in me. But it's nothing I'm going to stay with because it's nothing I want to do. I'm at a good point in my life where I can do what I want to do. I can turn down jobs if I want to. I can have no job if I want to. It's a very good place to be, but everybody's not where I am. Because everybody's not my age. And there are some that are younger than me that can't get up and go do what they need to do in order to make the kind of money they would like to make. Their health does not allow them to do that. Or perhaps something else has happened. They live too far away from jobs to get there, and they don't have transportation, and Uber costs too much. It's all kind of reasons why people are not working and don't have jobs. It's easy, like I say, for you to go tell a person, you need to go get a job. But what are they really qualified for if they go out there? They don't want a job because they don't want to work in the type of jobs they're going to have to be working in. Perhaps it's cleaning. Perhaps it's cooking. I'm not talking about on a chef level. I'm talking about in a school cafeteria, some little event center or something. That's not going to pay much. That's why they don't go out there and they don't work. Mm-mm. Because they want more, but they have not prepared themselves for more. I don't know what they've been doing, but again, you got to stay prepared. And especially in the world that we're living in now, these children cannot get behind. They cannot. Mm-mm. So, marketing. Market yourself to the people that you are going to apply for the position. Perhaps you were out here on social media and you decided to go back to school. I can use my 2 years of social media experience as a content creator to speaking to large crowds of people every day. Whether it's a small audience, whether it's a big audience, it doesn't matter. For as long as the people get out of the conversation what they need to get out to help them foster a new career in life, that's what it's all about. That's it. Hold on. I never know when it's frozen. Give me a minute. Okay, I think that's it. Y'all be writing sometime, and sometimes you don't be writing. And then I'll look and I'll be like, oh my God, look at all these comments. And I'm trying my best to keep up with the comments as I go along. Also, you can incorporate your technology operations and your management. If you have managed anything, just say you were a leader at Burger King in high school, put it on there. You stand out from the crowd because there was only one leader per shift or one supervisor per shift. Okay? Anything that makes you stand out, that's what you got to do. Show how you think in the process. Reorganize your workflow to make it fit in that company's organization. I can't put it no simpler than that. If I want to continue to be a professional speaker, then I got to do what it takes to get there. It's a certain roadmap I've got to follow. It's all on time, too. You got to be pretty diverse in the areas they want you to speak on. You competing against a lot of people. You're not going to get every job. But you can go for the ones you want and you can get through that door. If you solid on what you've put down there and you stand a step above the rest that's out there. The main thing is capture your audience in the very beginning of it. I can capture mine with a story. My own story of how confused I was, how I was sitting there bored to death, waiting on them to sit down, didn't have a clue where I was going. I just had a piece of paper in my hand. So I just decided, okay, I'm going to go ahead and take this piece of paper today, but I'm going to go on to the house and tell my parents that I'm not ready to go out there in no working world yet. Ain't nothing out there I want to do right now. I'm going back to school. So that's what I did. And got a second degree. Well, by the time I got the second one, I was ready then. I was ready to get out there then. So that's when I went and I landed my first job. I did it on my own. A lot of times, colleges, when you're in college, they will place you in jobs. There will be recruiters from different companies that come to the campus. In my case, I had to do it myself. And every job I've ever had, I have never been recruited by nobody. So I know what it takes to get out there and to perform in a world full of people that may be clearly more qualified than you, but it's all in how you present yourself. If you have an entrepreneurial spirit and you know that also, what are you waiting on? You need a plan. You need marketing strategies. You need money. I don't know of any business you can open up unless it's a home-based business out of your house that you don't need money for. And you still probably gonna need some money for that. Even if it's something out of your house, you gotta buy something, some kind of product to market with or to sell with, even if it's out of your house. So you gotta figure that part out. And lastly, once you get your foot in the door, just take your time. Kick back. Learn as much as you can learn. But learn personalities also. What makes people tick? Who really likes the job and who really doesn't like the job? Kind of stay away from those who gossip about the job and always got something to say about the job. That's going to stop your paycheck. That ain't what you went there for. You went there for employment, which means that you went there for a paycheck. Do your work, get your check. Okay? Don't get involved in them little groups. They ain't gonna be there for long. They do not hang forever. No, 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 no. There's a certain audience for them also. And most probably when you're working for somebody else, they already got on their nerves and things are going to get back to the boss. So don't be involved in that clique of people. Let them go and do and say whatever they want to. You continue to do your job. Try to elevate yourself to a promotion if you can. And if you can't, start thinking about how you can take the skills you have learned there and move them into another position somewhere else that is going to be more beneficial for you. That's the simplest way you can do it. Your resume has to be outstanding. Better than the rest. It's got to stand out in the crowd. Your interview has got to knock them out the ballpark. If you can do those two things, you are almost guaranteed in the door. I can convince anybody sitting right here on this sofa of who I am and what I can bring to the table, and I can show them better than I can tell them. That's why at my age I'm employable, because first of all, I'm coachable, I'm teachable. I don't know everything. I don't go through the door trying to act like I know everything. I will ask a question when I don't understand. I don't take nothing for granted. No. You can't. You walking into something you've never been in before and you think you know everything. Okay. All right. Perhaps you do. Hey, Miss Carol, how you doing? I wish more speakers, whether at graduation, preachers, etc., constantly observe your crowd. You might have to follow another path to try and grasp that attention back. Exactly. Exactly. Or you may be on a different path that maybe the crowd you had before, perhaps you don't want them no more, Miss Audrey. You're looking for a different clientele of people to be around, to talk to. Maybe that was not for you. Maybe it was for you then, but it's not for you now. I can't really speak on that for anybody else. I could only speak about it on my behalf. You know, I've had a lot of people in and out over here, but I've had some constant people in here through it all that's going to catch the replay, that's going to be in the chat, because they know I'm coming with a different topic every day. Whenever I come out here, it may not be what you want to hear because it ain't about drama. Okay? And I told you in 2025, I'm not going to try to explain nothing. I done explained all I'm going to explain. I'm done. Done with that. Okay? If you don't understand by now, then you just don't understand, and it's just not the channel for you. That's why it's plenty of them out here. I'm not going to ever tell anybody where to go, who to watch. That doesn't matter to me. In the past, If you were sitting in there and people were talking about me, I had a problem with you. I don't even have a problem with you no more. You can sit in there and you can say something now. I don't. I'm past all that. I really am. My life is busy, busy. I'm doing what I want to do with it. I am coming out here. I'm bringing you content whenever I can. I appreciate those who come in to listen, donate, whatever you do on this channel. I do appreciate it. It's growing regardless to however many. It's funny, if I have one to walk, I have two to come in. If I have three to walk, I have four or five to come in. It's just balances itself out. And it's with a better class of people, people that I can relate to, people who have walked the same walk, or people who may be at a latter point in their life where they sit down, like myself. I sit down 10 whole years. I'm not sitting down looking all day long like, let me go see what this one doing. Let me go see what that one. Let me see. I don't care. That doesn't concern me. And that's the only way I can tell you. No, I got other things I got to do, baby, with my life. What's up, Bamba Boo? I see you. Tasha T is speaking to you, Bama, and so is Carolyn. Hey, Miss Sandra, how you doing? Let's see what you're saying. Good evening, everybody. Been out all morning getting ready for bed. Just check it in. You getting ready for bed awfully early, Miss Sandra? Okay, I guess that's what we all need to do. I was so fogged out. I was like, my brain was in a fog last week. It was just like so much. I had just sit there for hours and hours listening and writing notes and, trying to get it all together in my head and trying to detach myself from YouTube for a minute so I can go over here and learn what these people are teaching me, which is totally different. It's somewhat the same, but in a sense, it's not. Because even though I'm coming out here and I'm speaking to people now, it is different. Because you are getting paid to do that. And if you want them to come call you back again, you really need to do a good job, or they may not even recommend you to the next person that calls and say, do you have a keynote speaker for such and such thing? And it's fun to me. It really is. I am enjoying every moment of it. I really am. Some of them will be virtual calls like we're talking on right now. I preferably would like the live ones better, to be able to see the audience and their faces, and you can tell a lot about their blank looks in their eyes or the blank stares if they're up to where they need to be. So I'm going to continue with writing my little speech. And if y'all have anything that y'all want to include in there that maybe you went through, or you had a child that went through it, or maybe they just didn't have it together the first year, how did they get it together? To add to the conversation, I would appreciate it, because it's a 45-minute speech, and that's quite a while. I'm used to speaking almost an hour out here all the time, but that's a little bit different there, because there are no notes, there's no nothing. Everything is off the top, off the cuff. Sometimes you have a microphone, sometimes you need to bring your own. It depends on where you're speaking, who you're speaking to. But I not turning down anything that y'all have to say in the comments that will add to my presentation. I'm taking all of it in. I just pray that one day we can come together as one like every other race. It's very possible, Nawatha, for us to come together as one. But again, it's the need or the want of the people to come together. If you notice, we come together for a little while when crisis hit. If it's somebody that is really noteworthy of, oh, we'll come together for that day or that 2 days until they're in the ground, and then we go right back to the same people we were. We're not consistent people. That's what we're not. We are truly crabs in the bucket. I don't want anybody to get ahead of me. I will pull them back down. That's a horrible attitude. How does that help you stay up? If it's crabs in the bucket, another crab is gonna pull you down while you pulling me down. So tell me how that makes sense. Obviously, you haven't seen crabs in a bucket. Ain't nobody going to the top. I don't care which side bucket they start up, somebody gonna pull them back down. Get out that bucket with them crabs and get on your own, and you don't have to worry about all that. Mm-mm. Maybe so, Nawaka, maybe one day, but I don't see it. Ms.V, woo, I'm glad I came here because I got the potential resume and a show and tell type of person. Exact, and that's what you're gonna need, Babel. Um, it's a new day for applying for jobs. Even the questions they ask you these days. I had a lady that interviewed me for a job. I don't know yet what the job was. She's asking me about things that happened on my last job, trying to see how I could fit into their job that they're calling about. And I'm still in my mind saying, what is the position for the job? Who are you? Where are you calling from? I don't know. Is this a remote job? Are you planning on me relocating? She never told me anything. I just finally, close to the end, told her, I just don't think this is a job for me. First of all, I don't even know what the job entails. I don't even know the name of the company. You introduced yourself, but you didn't tell me nothing about the company whatsoever. So I'm going to fall out. You ain't even got to tell me about no third interview or nothing like that. I'm not going to waste my time with you. Mm-mm. I'm pretty secure in who I am, and I know what I can and cannot do. I can't work with nobody like you already. You mean showing love? I got you, Miss Sandra. You always do. Your knees hurt. So you getting shots in them, Sandra? Because you know that's what I did to stop mine. Y'all, it's been September, October, November, December, January, February. It's been 6 months since I had an injection. I was starting school down at DISD when I had the last injections. Tasha kept telling me the longer that I go with the injections, the more I get them, the longer I'll be able to go in between getting them. This is the longest I've been in 6 months. It's always been 3 to 4 months. And I think this is the next one, whenever it is, will be my 4th injection. Yeah. And I get 5 a year if needed. So I'm in good shape. Mine will not bother me at all. But I changed my diet up, Miss Sandra. I took a lot of sugar out of a lot of things like the Cokes and stuff. The coffee, no sugar. I took a lot of sugar out. I didn't eat a lot of salt anyway due to blood pressure issues. So I didn't have to change too much of that, but a lot of meats like beef. I ain't eating beef but maybe once a week, once every other week. Pork is a no-no. Chicken, turkey, fish, salmon, seafood. It can be casseroles, vegetable casseroles, whatever. But I had to change some things. Fried foods, every now and then. Not on the agenda on a daily. Nope. But I feel better after I did that. Hold on. Okay. See y'all later. Finna watch T address Congress. Go ahead on Sting. I'm not interested in that man right now. Let me know what he said tomorrow. Hey Aaron, how you doing? You got to keep pushing, Bama. You can't stop. If you stop, that's when anxiety gonna flow in. That's when depression is gonna flow in. I mean, who would know it any better than you after being with a company for 20 years and all of a sudden, I'm gonna say bad luck. Okay, because to me, I don't know what other words you could say other than that was bad luck. For him to be disabled like that, and by the means that it happened, and in your home. So, right now, you've got to figure it all out. And that resume, if you're not going back with that same company, that resume has got to be awesome. Yes, ma'am. But I know you can do it because you can talk. And when you can talk your way into anything. Oh, you got to have the knee replacement. I'm not doing that right now. It's going to have to be, I'm going to have to be told I got to. And ain't nobody told me I had to yet. That's too much rehabbing for me. Healthy lifestyle, it works 24/7. All right, Miss Audrey. Lord, I can't stop the pork, damn it. Yeah, you can. It was hard for me because I grew up on it. But take one thing out at a time. I took them pork chops out for the first thing. Uh-uh. I don't want them no more. The last thing that I was taken out, and I'm still working on it, is the ribs. Okay? I've been doing beef ribs instead of pork ribs when I wanted some ribs. They don't taste nothing alike. Not at all. But I can substitute them now. I can. You have to look at things a little bit different, especially when you get to be my age. Things that you used to do, you can't do anymore. And you have to face the music of it. Eating late at night, eating a lot of greasy foods, things with acid in it, stuff like that. Your body's not going to tolerate that anymore. Mm-mm. You'll be up all night burping and belching and doing the most. Mm-mm. Aaron said he ain't watching that damn computer. I ain't either, Aaron. She'll tell me what happened, or somebody come over here and tell me what happened. And Carol said she ain't watching the Orange Man either. Nope. Um, what could he be addressing Congress about? I mean, he didn't bother to address them every day when he put that pen down there on that piece of paper. So I don't get it. It took me 10 years to be disciplined with what I eat. You can do it, Bama. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. You're going to feel better. You're going to look better. You're going to be able to keep up with your weight better. It's just a lot of things just going to work better. You're going to have more energy. Clarity is going to be there. Yeah. Yep. Tajissa got a lot of willpower. She says she's going to be on a vegan for 2 months. She's fasted for long periods of times too. That makes a big difference. Bama, try the Beyond Sausage or hamburger. It's good, I promise you. All right, that Miss Audrey talking about the vegan sausage and hamburger. I've tried the hamburger, I think it was, and it was made out of beans. It wasn't too bad. It's just, you got to get used to the taste. That's what it is to me. Miss Audrey saying this year in May will be 4 years, absolutely, with no sodas. Now, that's not that hard to do for me. I can always substitute. I didn't really care for Gatorade, but I've been drinking a lot of it lately. You know, when I get tired of water and I want something different, I'll go to Gatorade now, which I never cared for it in the past. And I can make tea now and not put sugar in it. I can put other things like lemon juice and honey in it. And it's actually better for me than put that sugar in there. So it's developing new tastes, acquiring new taste buds for the preparation of this day. and want to see this day. Okay? A lot of things have to change. Things you used to do, like I say, you have to think now. When I get ready to get up, I used to just bounce up like that. I don't bounce up like that no more. I think about it. I'm getting ready to get up. Scoot to the edge. And then get up. Yeah. Um, Ms.V, that orange juice and apple you had Sunday sounds good. I might try to find that. I'm trying to think. Sunday, what did I have? I had orange juice and apple. Oh, Sunday morning. Okay. Man, I told you these days go into each other so fast. I can't remember one day from the other now. Tomorrow is already Wednesday. I cannot believe that. What happened to Monday and Tuesday? It was just Sunday. This year is flying. We're already in March. The first week is almost over. Um, who is this saying I need to do better? Miss Carol says she needs to do better not drinking sodas. You just got to kind of wean yourself off of them. If you're drinking 2 or 3 today, go down from 3 to 2, from 2 to 1 to 1/2 to none. When you go back and that other part is flat that you left in there, then you pour it out and then it's over. Yeah, you'll get there. It's mind over matter when it comes to stuff like that. Um, a lot of times we have to wait till the doctor tell us what we need to do when we already know what we need to do, but we don't do it. Don't be one of those people that he have to tell you, because then you're really not going to like it, but you're going to do it. Um, you're welcome, Miss Carol. Thanks for the advice and the encouragement. Yeah, if I can do it, anybody can do it, because I got this mindset where I'm going to change, and I'm going to change when I need to, not when you want me to. You got to show me a need to change. Now, when it comes to stuff like that with foods and stuff like that, I'm not going to argue about that because I already know what my body can deal with and what it can't at this point. But other things in life, I'm supposed to be on a Zoom. I can't do it right now. I got a few more minutes with y'all. I thought that was tomorrow night, but I guess it's not. But anyway, I'll catch up. It's no big deal. So let's just start trying to help our kids, grandkids. Let's get back to the subject we were on. With writing resumes, that's going to be killer resumes. That's going to land you that job because it's going to be your resume and your interview. In the upcoming jobs that are out there, if you're going to get one, or if you know somebody that's going to get one, that's the 2 things that's going to land you the job these days. And that's the way it is. Miss Carol says she stopped smoking 21 years ago because I was ready. And you probably prayed to the Lord to take that taste out your mouth too. I have started, I've stopped, I've started, I've stopped. And it's funny that I can just stop anytime I want to. And I can use it for a crutch anytime I want to also. Miss Carol, that's the crazy thing about me. All righty. So Miss Audrey's telling you congratulations, Miss Carol. But y'all, it's been fun, but I got to run. I got to finish up this tonight because I have to present it tomorrow to the concierge and let them listen to it and let them critique it and see how they feel about it. So I got to really get a little rest where I can get up early in the morning and put it all together because I just got little pieces written here, little pieces written there. And I thought y'all was going to tell me something that I could put in there that would be kind of interesting and fun, but y'all didn't. So that's all right. I'm going to get it. Thank you, Ms. V. Have a fantastic night. You too. Y'all too. Thank y'all for coming in, hitting the like button. I appreciate you. Oh, look at my Candy Crush just dropping in to show love. Thank you, Candy Crush. I appreciate you. As always, y'all take care. See you guys tomorrow. Don't know exactly what time, but I'll be popping on, okay? All right. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all have a great night. Love you much. Bye.